Hey guys, Foxy back with a new video. I saw this Japanese guy on my RTA favorites list and I wanted to show you his blue Marshall Cat RTA Cleave. I basically just took it from my iPhone and recorded it and I compiled it here, and now I'm going to explain to you, how his team works. I didn't really see it in full because I was just recording, but I'm gonna watch it now and explain to you how it works, right? It feels kind of weird being in the top left because you see the standard size. I usually play my iPad, so the size is better, but now it looks kind of weird. I'm in the top left. Anyways, I'm gonna roll the clip and try to explain to you with my cursor how it works, right? So what he does, he first picks the Vanessa and always the Daphnis here in his new cleave. And then he follows up with 2 damage dealers. His last pick is probably a Bastet or a Gemini. I'm gonna pause it right here. The reason why you pick Gemini and Vanessa is because in this type of cleave you have 2 speed leads, right? And by having 2 speed leads, you set up the defense break with this ball right here for the Lagmaron or the Daphnis to go in on something and one-shot something, right? So that's the idea behind this composition. And then this thing right here, the blue Marshall Cat, basically if there's no debuffs on them, correct me if I'm wrong, there's no debuffs on them, basically it has another extra hit and it always crits. Okay, so I want to see how this team comp works. So if his Gemini defense breaks, this blue Marshall Cat's not going to do that much damage, right? So he outspeeds his team and then his cat goes first, but you see it didn't do any damage because there's a defense break, but that's okay. You take out the Thor with the, well, that's a fast match. Hold on, that was a fast match. This guy just instantly quit. Hold on. So he takes out this unit right here. Let me just go back. So he takes out the Hathor first because that's the unit that's gonna put his whole team to sleep and control his team, right? Whereas if you take out Daphnis onto the Verd or the Lauren, it's single damage. Sorry, it's a single target control, and it's an AOE. It's an AOE buffer right here, right? So I believe the Marshall Cat decreases the attack bar. Let me take a look right here. Yeah, so you see that it decreased the attack bar and also resisted, right? So it allowed the Horus not to cut in. So I see the idea of this team, right? Because in this team comp, you basically have to be 300 speed on all your units. Otherwise, if there's a speed gap in between, you're gonna get cut in, right? So I see the idea behind his team. So first pick Vanessa, right? Then you see the typical anti-cleave units, right? And then Lagmaron into the cat, and then right here we see the anti-cleave monsters right here, right? These are the anti-cleave monsters. So what he does here, he picks up a stat into the Lucian. So guaranteed AoE damage, ignore defense. So I think his band's probably gonna be his Acroma here or the last pick, because we already know from judging from his draft, we know this Lagmaron, this thing right here, is also 300 speed. If he bans the Bastet, he's gonna have a 33 lead and 300 monsters right here, and he will use this Marshall Cat to decrease the attack bar of, say, the Thor, so it's cut in before the Lucian. So let's see what happens here. Leo, okay, that's a really good pick. So in this comp, if he picks a Leo right here, it negates all speed scaling, right? So Lagmaron would be useless. We already know this is not going to be on will because it's, these 2 monsters will not be on will 100% because they're so fast, right? So that's actually a really, really good last pick by Forever, picking the last pick Leo. So it gives you an idea how to counter cleave. It's a must ban here, must ban. So now he has to go through this super tanky team with a Chroma 44 lead and her passive. So if I was him, I think I'm probably going to take out the Thor first or the Lauren, because that's the most control, right? So he decreased attack bar on the Lauren, and you will see he got an extra hit, right? So you got an extra hit on the Marshall Cat because there's no debuffs on him. So extra attack, the attack bar decrease. Now his team's on will, but Thor, right? The Thor's gonna put his whole team to sleep if he doesn't kill anything here, right? So he doesn't even get the Lauren because of the Acroma lead and passive, and I think it's lights out here. And I think he honestly loses. Yeah, there's no way he comes back because Thor puts his whole team to sleep and then he's got sustained. This puts his whole team to a sleep. So this is really, really YOLO. So he puts his whole team to sleep and then this unit heals Lauren back up. Lauren controls individually 1 unit at a time with defense break and attack bar decrease, and then the chroma basically kills everything off. So he knows he instantly lost. This is his first day using this team, obviously, so he's obviously learning, and so am I here. But I wanted to showcase to you guys this as well, and we can go through it as well, okay? So third match here. So he's second pick, so Vanessa Daphnis or Vanessa Lagmaron, right? So here we see on the right side, this guy is going for a speed game. We know this gives attack bar increase now. Swift Ganymede is a real thing, or a really fast violent one because of his base speed, and then he pairs it up with a 30 lead, right? So on my side, he's probably gonna pick his Gemini for a double speed lead, and he's probably going to pick his Lagmaron here, or his Water Cat. Okay, so what he does instead is, I'm totally wrong. What he does here instead, he picks a double speed lead. So he guarantees if this guy on the right wants to contest speed with speed, he's got to drop a speed lead, right? So now, this anime dude, I don't know his name. I wish I had his name. This dude on the left side can draft any monster on the right. It could be Bastet, it could be Lagmaron. It's probably a Lagmaron, to be honest, because there's no attack bar increase, right? So it's probably a Lagmaron for his last pick here. So what will he counter with? So both sides are all in on the speed. So we see double 33 leads and a Triton. So you ban the Triton obviously here because there's no point in banning a speed lead, so you ban the Triton here, right? So you ban the Triton. So knowing that you were banning the Triton, what do we pick? It's going to be a Lagmaron, I think. Wunsa. Okay, that's super pay to win. And how this team works is this Wunsa acts as an attack bar increase because one of these units here will have will. Like any player in G3 will have will runes, right? So Wunsa, super pay to win team. I was totally wrong. So he's an absorb attack bar and then go in and kill something, right? So what does he do here? Takes up the will from the Samoth, and then who does he go for? The Charlotte, because he is the attack bar increase, right? So you will see the Charlotte was super squishy because it's probably built on a Swift. So let me see right here, right? We're gonna pause. And look, right here, you see the attack bar is full. So you know it's fast, right? You look right here, also full. Attack bars are full, right? So you know this is on Swift. So this is the unit you want to target because on his team, now we know his Martial Cat goes first, so it will decrease the attack bar onto the Charlotte or kill it, right? So in there, we killed it, and he resets with Daphnis skill 2, destroys the Samoth. You know, honestly, that's probably the right play, but it's a risky play. So what if you don't reset the Samoth, right? There's a chance that you just get obliterated, right? Because of Ganymede. So a little bit risky there. Okay, we know first pick Vanessa. Okay, it looks like a speed game. Spherox looks like he's picking a speed game, right? So no, he's not picking a speed game. We're totally wrong. His draft shows me that he is picking a slow cleave. So this is probably all on shield will. And then on the left side, we probably know he's picking the the Martial Cat because that's the theme of this video. And the last pick can be a Gemini or a Bastet. I don't think Gemini honestly works with this team because if you let Gemini and Martial Cat go through, they don't synergize well together, right? So he picks the Bastet. We go for the one shot attack buff Martial Cat. How much can he do? Okay, so what goes first here? We see right here the Martial Cat goes first, right? So we're probably going to take down one of these units. I'm actually surprised that Bastet doesn't even go first. That is pretty surprising. So Bastet's probably a weaker set. So we kill off the Raki because it's the threat to the Vanessa revive, right? And boom, 3 hits, but no attack bar decrease because he's got will runes. But because he lowered the whole team down, he's able to use oh, I was gonna say he's gonna use third skill, but he recognizes the Beth was the threat and he just one-shots it with a Squall and uses Vanessa to finish off the Raki here. And that leaves 2 supports and you're not gonna win, right? So is that the case here? That is the case, right? So I actually don't know why the Martial Cat goes before the Bastet. So that's something, you know, from further study I'll have to figure out. All right, So Vanessa, first pick. Okay, pretty standard here. So his Daphnis got picked. So which leads me to think it's gonna be a Bastet, Gemini, Lagmaron, Cleave. Okay, Martial Cat here. So last two picks are probably support. What is it? Yep. So Bastet and Shimite. So we know this Shimite is also pretty quick. So because he picked Shimite last because of this reason here. So this unit gives attack bar increase, right? And also a speed lead. He has last pick here. So if the left side, the Japanese guy, does not pick a speed lead and he picks double speed lead right here, he's basically not guaranteed first turn, right? So that's the problem here. And Leo effectively is like a speed lead, so Leo is the must ban here because we know this team gets countered by that. So now he has double speed lead, guaranteed to go first, right? If one of these were banned, he would have no speed lead, and the horse right here would probably go first. So that's the reasoning here, okay? If you want to learn to draft. So we see it's a Swift Ganymede with 24 lead. It's faster than his Lagmaron, his Bastet, and the Martial Cat. We know the Martial Cat goes first on the team. Sorry, there's no Bastet here. The Martial Cat, we know is fastest on the team. So this is like an instant lose, guaranteed instant lose, because now his attack bars gets decreased and he has no turns, right? Boom. Double, all of them got decreased. Now he's got full control of the game. It's really YOLO. He's probably gonna forfeit right here. All right, it's over. This is over. By the way, this guy does have a Twitter. I've actually made a video on his before. I'll link you his Twitter if you want. He has some, like, I can't read his things, but he's got a Twitter. Okay, battle here. Vanessa Daphnis. Okay, so at the right side is the typical control comp, so you don't want to kill something off the bat here, okay? So he picks the Shimite. So he has only one, well, he has Friend is a speed lead, but I don't think 10% is gonna kill any, like make or break the game. But I think he's still gonna draft his speed lead to be safe here, right? And there you go, Gemini. But does not synergize well together. She will not crit because debuff right on this ball, right? So if Maggie, you know, if he read the balance patch, he's probably banning the Daphnis or the Lagmaron here. There we go. So he concedes first turn, but will he be able to kill anything, right? So is using the defense break correct? Because we know that Martial Cat won't do any damage here. I don't even know her name. But I feel like this Daphnis can still one-shot something even without defense break. I could be wrong, but if his def is not strong enough, then this is the right play. So there we go. It didn't die. Second skill in the route because that's all the damage, right? And it dies. So I'm thinking 27k with defense break, right? Would it have died without defense break? And then I hear it looks like he's got full control because wasn't able to get Vanessa a turn because it cuts in, and now I just don't think he's got the ability to come back here. So this Lauren Fran is really like good control. It's like getting a Thor but individual lockdown, right? You see how many turns this guy's getting and how many turns you're not getting because of Lauren, right? Super busted comp if you have the runes and the right draft, right? So that's why I don't think this guy's got the comeback potential here. I feel like maybe the Gemini wasn't the right pick. Maybe just any speed lead would have been better. Maybe like a Tyrone, for example, right? So, I mean, he's learning, I'm learning. I got no idea what he's doing. This is just from my experience playing RTA, right? So there we go. That is the video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure you like, subscribe, and comment. If you like this thing like here, where I look at other people's cleaves and I talk about it.